Hey all, I was just reading a great article in HBR, in Harvard Business Review, and it was talking about a model that we use, and sometimes it just takes our brain down a certain mindset, right? And so the model is like, let's say we're looking at it and looking at an adversity, something that's challenging us, something that, kind of making us stop and think about things. So we have to think about the adversity. Okay, what's our belief about that adversity? Does it mean like it's a brick wall, like we can't get around it, or is there a way to go around or over it? So we have to look at our beliefs about that particular adversity. So this model is called ABCD. If you want the author of the HBR article, I'm glad to share it, just DM me. So the first thing is notice the adversity. Second is, what is your belief about the adversity? So let's say you're thinking like, I don't think I can go for that job, or I don't think my team can really perform at a different level. I don't think it's worth working with my team. So you have to think, where does that belief come from? That could be just a story, right? So be careful what story you're telling yourself, and that's a belief. It's just a belief, and so sometimes you can change it. Like, what are the actual facts? So then the C, you want to think about like, what are the emotional consequences of this belief that you have? So if I have a belief like, I don't think my team can go any farther, I think they're just stuck and that's it, then what's the emotional consequences? It kind of deflates me if I think like, it doesn't give me a lot of hope that I would work with my team, right? So we have to think about our emotional consequences of our particular belief, okay? The next thing, the D, is you dispel the unrealistic beliefs. So if I think, well, why wouldn't it be, I could dispel that. Like, why wouldn't it be worth working with a team? Because people can learn, people can grow, people can learn new skills. So why wouldn't it be worth working with my team to help them change? Okay, so be careful when you name an adversity. Watch your belief about the adversity, and then, your consequences, your emotional consequences. So your belief will give you certain emotions generally, like a positive emotional state or negative, like I don't want to go there, it doesn't seem worth it. And then, what can you do to dispel that myth? So, people can learn and grow. So if you feel like you're stuck, you just have to kind of step back a little bit. A lot of times in Brain Fresh, before we can take any big moves, like really jump in to help our team, a lot of times as team leads, we have to go back and what we call brain prime. That's what we call it in Brain Fresh. So you have to acknowledge, like, your brain is an organ, it needs some support. It's already managing your whole body. So you really do have to give it everything it needs in order to be able to support your team. So you want to make sure as a leader that you bring in your best self, and there's ways to do that. We're glad to walk you through that in Brain Fresh. So you want to, as a leader, brain prime, so that you're ready for those big projects, you're ready to support your team. A lot of times teams have that one person going through a really hard time. Well, how as a team lead can you really help that person, but also set boundaries so that this is work and you want to make sure you're at your best place at work, right? And your team is doing its best work. So it starts with the team lead brain priming, right? Okay. All right, guys, you've got this. So follow me on YouTube. I'd love to just share tips about neuroscience strategies for team leads and, for busy professionals. So we can make sense of our neuroscience, right? How do we make sense of it? It's easy. We can start with some easy framework so we can walk you through it and know where to start, right? Okay, and reach out if you'd like some further information on the framework or any courses I'm offering. Just DM me, okay? You got this, guys.